G'day guys, welcome back to the Gojo Nico YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be going through my round 9 tips. Now there's going to be 33 games in 20 days, or 4 rounds in 20 days, so it's going to be a lot of games and probably a lot of tipping videos. I know it's boring, I know you guys don't want it, but I like it. I love me tipping, I'm very passionate about it. And yeah, I'm just going to recap the last few rounds, because I didn't do a video. In round 7, I got 8 out of 9. I got the last 8 games right. Thanks, Geelong. It cost me a 9. yeah, I got 8 out of 9 for round 7, so I'm pretty happy, especially going with a few upsets, like, I don't know, Melbourne beating Hawthorn, that was an upset. So, you gotta be bold in tipping. Round 8, I got 7. Got this one right. Thanks, Richmond. No, Carlton, Sydney, I went with an upset. Again, I don't really like Hawthorn, so that's why I go against them a lot. Got that one wrong. Well done, St Kilda. Got that one right. Got that one right. Got that one right. And got that one right. So 7 out of 9. 7 out of 9, not too bad. I'm getting back in a tipping form. At the start of the year, I was getting like 5s and being average, but now I'm doing very well in tipping. I'm pretty happy. Now the way I do this, we're going to be doing on Squeagle, the AFL ladder predictor, and the game starts tonight. The first game. The first game of the 20-day footy fiasco, or festival if you want to call it. Starts very soon, starts tonight, with Bulldogs Richmond. So, that's great, isn't it? This is funny, because this is my team, along with my dad's and my brother's, being my mum's team, so a bit of family rivalry in this. So, it means more to the family, this game. Bulldogs Richmond? Oh, it's a pretty even game. Bulldogs coming off a couple of good wins. Great win over Essendon and a close slog against the Suns, both at Metricon. So, and this is at Metricon as well. Up against Richmond, who really should have won with the amount of opportunities they had. Even Richmond could have won, and they should have last week. But I'm going to tip the Dogs, obviously, because I'm a Dogs fan. And Richmond have a few premiership players out. They got their captain back, Trent Cotchin. But they've also got one of their best defenders out, Nick Voston. So they already have another premiership player, David Asprey, gone. So yeah, Richmond are a bit undermanned in defence, which is good for the Bulldogs. So yeah, the Bulldogs have a few changes. Toby McLean's coming back in, another premiership player for the Bulldogs. And Sammy Lloyd against his old team, against Richmond. Sam Lloyd is back. So I'm pretty happy. Hopefully Dogs do well. I'm going to tip them. I tip them by 11 points. I'm not confident. I don't do big margins, really, honestly. Carlton Hawthorn are up the stadium. No, isn't this really weird, isn't it? This is really weird. I think Carlton Hawthorn's been moved. If I'll check. I'm pretty sure this game's been moved from a Thursday to a Friday. Yeah, it's moved from a Thursday to a Friday. It's now on the Friday. It's at 5:40 Eastern time on a Friday. They haven't done this properly, but oh well. Anyway, Carlton Hawthorn. Carlton are in good form. Normally, a game like that against North Melbourne, they would have dropped that in one of those close games. But they fought it out, Carlton, in the wet weather. Good on them. Hawthorn are coming up, I think it's 4 losses in a row. Okay, and they lost to Sydney at the SCG, which is pretty bad, because Sydney have been terrible at the SCG in the past few years, and Sydney had the youngest team out of anyone in the week, out of all weekends, so Hawthorn are doing crap, and they're playing like a bottom 4 team at the moment. And Clarko needs to stop having a sook, okay? And maybe focus on trying to win a bloody game, okay? So yeah, Carlton Hawthorn. It's going to be an intriguing game. It's off the stadium, so it's a neutral ground. So really, I'm going to go with the Blues by 22 points. They've just been much better than Hawthorn. And they can score, unlike Hawthorn. Melbourne Port Adelaide. This is at the Gabba on the Thursday night. This was supposed to be on the Friday night, but it got switched. Melbourne Port Adelaide. It's at the Gabba. Melbourne coming off a close loss to Brisbane. They were honourable, but my God, Melbourne could have had chances to win that. And Port Adelaide coming off a shock loss to St Kilda at home in front of the home crowd. So yeah, both losses. Both teams wanting to bounce back. Melbourne, they're just not efficient enough inside 50. I would tip Melbourne if they were more efficient inside 50 and can kick better. But they're not. So that's why I'm going with Port Adelaide. I'm going with the Power by 15 points. It's going to be a good game. Another intriguing game. This is the late Friday night game at 8:10 at Metricon Stadium. Essendon and Brisbane Lions. Now Brisbane, they came off an okay win, against Melbourne. It didn't play great, to be fairly honest. Same with Essendon. They came off a close win against the bottom leaders Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval. So these two teams, they're in interesting form. Essendon, they've got a lot of injuries. I don't know. It's impossible to pick them because they can vary week to week. And Brisbane, they weren't great last week, but they're that good enough to get over the line. I'm going Brisbane mainly because they haven't got the injuries like Essendon have, even though Essendon will get Dylan Shield back. I'm going Brisbane because they've just been way more consistent than Essendon. I think I'm going to tip the Lions by 21 points. Why not? I think Brisbane will just be too good. Okay, this is going to be an absolute blockbuster game of the round here. North Melbourne and Adelaide. Yay! It's actually not. It's 17 v 18, okay? North have lost 6 in a row. Adelaide have not won a game for the year. And they've lost their last 11 games in total, some from last year.
The wrong buzz.
Majak Daw is coming back for North Melbourne, which amazing from where he was in late 2018. That's just an amazing effort from Majak Daw. North Melbourne, Adelaide. Adelaide have been much better in the past few weeks. With a crowd, I think with a home crowd and a home ground advantage, they've played a lot better, Adelaide, and nearly pinched it against Essendon. Nearly. North, they were a bit better against Carlton, but just some poor skill errors and some ill discipline at three-quarter time cost them a win against Carlton. Both teams have not won a game in a God knows how long. I'm going North Melbourne. I just think they've just got a much better list than Adelaide, and I think they're playing at Metricon, so I think they get some advantage over Adelaide. I'm going to tip the Kangaroos in a close game by 9 points. St Kilda Sydney at the Gabba. St Kilda coming off a great win against Port Adelaide, kicking accurately as well. Good on them. Against the Sydney side, they've played really well and were really resilient and were more aggressive and more attacking against the Hawks. Okay, with Tom Papley. Tom Papley, he's so exciting to watch. And he's leading the Coleman, which is absolutely ridiculous. Just reflects 2020, really, how crazy it's been. St Kilda, I still don't fully trust them yet. I mean, they did choke to Fremantle and North Melbourne early in the year. So, yeah, I don't fully trust them. They're in the top 4 at the moment, St Kilda. But I'm going to go with them because they're just a much better team than Sydney, even though Sydney have been playing alright football. Okay, Sydney have been playing alright. They haven't been playing terrible. I think the Saints will just be a bit too strong. I think I'm going with the Saints by 28 points. Okay, West Coast Geelong. West Coast played the best performance out of any team last week, smashing another premiership contender in Collingwood, okay? Josh Kennedy kicking 7. Then Tim Kelly played his best game for the Eagles. And all their stars really just played well. And they kicked a ridiculous 18 goals free and beating Collingwood by 65, 66 points, something like that. So West Coast, just unbelievable what they did. They were just a beast in Perth. Coming up against Geelong, who weren't great against Fremantle in a low-scoring slog, but they got the job done like they were expected to. But at the time of this recording, Tom Hawkins is appealing his one-match suspension. So, but I don't think he's going to win that appeal. This will date poorly if he does. I think Geelong have just got too many injuries, and West Coast are on fire. I think the Eagles will win by 36 points because they're just in great form in Geelong. They've got a lot of injuries, and plus it's in Perth, so yeah. This is a very interesting game. Gold Coast GWS very similar on the ladder. Now, this is a danger game for GWS. I mean, GWS were a lot better last week. Their midfield was good, and of course, Toby frickin' Green kicked 5 goals. Was the difference in that game against Richmond. Coming up against Sunside, who just lost to the Bulldogs. They lost no friends last week when they played us. They were really good Gold Coast. Just not quite good enough to get over the line. This is a really big danger game. Really, I am tempting to tip the Suns, but with Toby Green playing the way he did last week, I think the Giants will be a bit too good, especially with their list. I think the Giants will win by, I'm going to say 19. The last game of the round on the Sunday night. Yeah, the Sunday night. Fremantle v Collingwood. Both teams have got so many injuries at the moment. Fremantle almost kicked their lowest score in history. They didn't. for their sake. Collingwood, it was just deplorable, really. But they just went off it after quarter time. Really, they just weren't on, and just I think we really saw the injuries taking a toll on Collingwood, and 4 of their best players out in DeGoey, Sidebottom, Pendlebury, and Jeremy Howe. Now, I think, this is another danger game. This is a danger game for Collingwood. Freo have lost Michael Walters, but Nat Fyfe might be coming back. I'm not sure. I think he is. Tricky one. I think Collingwood are just a bit better. They've just got a better list on paper, even though they've got a lot of injuries. Collingwood. I'm tipping the Pies by 22 points, and then there's round 10, which is literally the next night after the Fremantle Collingwood game, which shows how ridiculous this season is. But anyway, guys, those are my tips. I know you're bored of these. I know you want more stuff. I know you want the podcasts, but with the coronavirus out there, it's just unfortunately not able to. But there will be new videos on my Instagram page, on my Instagram story, NicholasR43. I've put an unpopular opinions, okay, with a question mark, and I want you to put your unpopular opinions, your ones or general ones out there, and put it down there in the little tab thing for my Instagram story, okay? Because I'm going to making an unpopular opinions video where I go through my unpopular opinions personally, and some of yours, okay? Okay, that's a quite exciting video. Bit controversial, but anyway, guys, hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good weekend. See ya.